Hello po isang magandang gabi po isang magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Ngayon ay March 29 March 29. Ang oras ay mga 8:40 ng gabi 8:40 ng gabi. Wednesday dito sa Los Angeles, California. At nais kong mag-vlog. At ang title ng iba-vlog ko ay ICC and Menardo Guevarra. Yan po ang title ko ICC and Solicitor General Menardo Guevarra. Actually, marami na akong nai-vlog dito sa ICC patungkol dito sa ICC, pero parang uulitin ko lang ito at wala akong babanggitin dito na politika wala puro Biblia po ito patutunayan ko na nagkakamali si Solgin Menardo Guevarra o ang gobyerno nagkakamali po. Gagamitin ko ang Biblia. At ang Biblia ay hindi pwedeng baliwalain ito o pasubalian. Oo. Kasi hindi naman nagbabago ang Biblia hindi Pero ang mga opinion ng tao o ang mga contention ng tao o yung mga nilalakad nila paiba-iba, hindi ba? Paiba-iba Tingnan na lang natin si Halle Roque, hindi ba? Human rights lawyer yan, hinahangaan ko yan dati, pero ngayon ay lumipat na siya, lumipat na ng idea, Pero hindi na yan ang tatalakayin ko. Ang tatalakayin ko lang ay mali, mali yung palatuntunan ng gobyerno. At Biblia po ang gagamitin ko, O sige, umpisahan ko na, sa kasunduan kasi, sa kasunduan o sa alinmang kasunduan, kahit saan yan, kahit na sa bansa, sa lalaki at babae, sa marriage, o sa mga kontrata, agreement yan o contract yan Ang sino man lumabag dyan, ang sino man lumabag o hindi inonor o hindi sumunod dun sa kontrata ay pinaparusahan po ng Diyos. Opo. Pinaparusahan po ng Diyos. Hindi ko nagagamitin yung na paparusahan siya ng gobyerno o ng batas. Hindi ko nagagamitin yun. Iririkta ko na ayaw ng Diyos yan. Ayaw ng Diyos yung unfaithfulness, o yung binibetray yung kontrata, O kaya ang ibang tawag diyan ay treacherously, yung parang trinidor, betray nga traidor, unfaithful at saka treacherous. Yan po ang mga tawag diyan. Ayaw po ng Diyos yan. Ayaw po Kaya nga diyan ako mag-uumpisa. Ngayon kung ayaw nyong maniwala diyan, ay humanap kayo ng Bible verse na o humanap kayo na kwento na magpapatunay na hindi pinaparusahan ng Diyos yan. Ay ako, ang dami kong kwento, pero hindi nga kakayanin dahil sa oras Pero ang dami kong kwento na makukuha ko sa Bible, Pero hindi ko na ikikwento kasi nga basta ang sinabi ko, pag nakipagkasundo ka at hindi mo tinupad, parurusahan ka ng Diyos. Yan po, ano? Ngayon, at saka pala ay kung minsan ay magsasalita ako ng English, ano? Nakalimutan ko, ano? Magsasalita ako ng English kasi nga ay ICC ito eh. Para kung napapakinggan ng iba, yung mga estranghero, ay medyo maintindihan nila. Okay? Mahina ako sa English pero pipilitin ko, ano? Pipilitin ko kahit nahirap ako, ano? For the benefit of others, ano? So please bear with me, ano? Bear with me. Okay, Galatians 3:15, ano? Galatians 3:15. This was written by Paul to the Galatians. Galatians 3:15, brothers, sabi niya, I speak in the manner of men. Sabi niya, ano? I speak in the manner of men. Though it is only a man's covenant, yet if it is confirmed, no one annuls or adds to it. Yung po nakasulat, ano? Brothers, sabi niya, I speak in the manner of men. Though it is only a man's covenant, yet if it is confirmed, no one annuls or adds to it. Yung po ang sabi niya. In Tagalog, mga kapatid, ako ay nagsasalita sa gana ng isang tao. Sa pamamaraan ng isang tao. Na kung saan kahit na ang covenant ay gawa lang ng tao, okay? O yung kontrata, gawa lang ng tao, o agreement, gawa lang ng tao, yet, sabi niya, if it is confirmed, ganun pa man, kung ito ay na-confirm na, kung ito ay pinagtibay na ng magkabilang panig, o lahat ng panig, hindi ba? Ay no one, wala, sabi niya. Babaliwalain yun, walang makakabaliwala noon o kaya mag-a-add pa doon, sabi niya. Hindi ba? Totoo naman yun, hindi ba? Bakit? Ay ang kasunod niyan po ay pinaparusahan ng Diyos. Pero hindi ko na babasahin, ano? Because God will punish him if you annul or adds to it, ano? Now, in other translation, I will read, ano? Brothers and sisters, I speak in terms of human relations. Sabi niya, ano? Kanina, I speak in the manner of men. Ngayon naman, I speak in terms of human relations, sabi niya. Even though it is only a man's covenant, yet when it has been ratified, no one sets it aside or adds conditions to it. Yun ang sabi niya. Maliwanag, hindi ba? Mas maliwanag nga ito. Itong, aywan ko kung anong version ito, no? Brothers and sisters, I speak in terms of human relations. Even though it is only a man's covenant, yet when it has been ratified, no one sets it aside and add conditions to it. Yun po, ano, parehasyon, ano, Galatians 3:15. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, nobody can add or annul or set aside. Now, what they are doing is, or what the government wants to do now is to set aside. They want to neglect. Neglect. And that is very dangerous for the country. Why? Because they are leaders. Very dangerous. Because they act on the behalf of the people. Now, we go now to Hosea. Now, we know that God does not want uh, treacherous or traitors. But what God called these people who want to annul or neglect the covenant, God calls them betrayer or unfaithful or treacherous. And that is written in Hosea chapter 6 verse 7. And I will read. But like Adam, you broke my covenant and betrayed my trust. Who said that? God, through Hosea. I will read again. But like Adam, you broke my covenant and betrayed my trust. Okay. Now, is there a covenant with Adam? For me, it is not a covenant. It is just a simple instruction. But God specified the danger. So maybe it is a covenant. But the first covenant or the first instruction, or we can call it law, because there is a corresponding punishment. Now, I will read again. Hosea chapter 6 verse 7. But like Adam, here it is specified Adam. It is Adam who broke the covenant and betrayed my trust. So, if you broke the covenant, you are considered betrayal or betrayer or traitor or unfaithful. So, God will punish you if you do that. I will read again, But like Adam, you broke my covenant and betrayed my trust. You see? Now, the word used here is broke. But sometimes in other translation, transgress. But like Adam, you transgress my covenant. And the word here used was betrayed and betrayed. But in other translation, they use you dealt treacherously or unfaithfully. So, God does not want traitors or betrayers or unfaithful, because God is faithful. God is faithful. Even though we are not faithful, God is faithful. We hear that in the song, Great is thy faithfulness. Ayan po, great is thy faithfulness. That is why God wants us to be faithful. Now, I said that I will explain or I will prove that Guevarra is wrong. Guevarra is wrong. Why? Because if Guevarra is teaching the government to break the covenant ay that is wrong. As I have read here, coming from the Bible, Guevarra want us to ignore what we sign or what we agreed upon, that even we get away from the ICC or from that uh, association. That is association of countries to make the International Criminal Court. Even if we get away on that, we are still obliged to follow what was written there. That we are responsible for the years that we are members. They must read that. Or if they did not read that, they will read it once more so that they will understand. Even if you go away from the ICC, you are still responsible for the years you are a member. And if Guevarra wants to go away completely, that is wrong. That is a betrayal. And God will punish him or punish us, because as a leader or as our leader, God will punish all Filipino because of that. Remember what happened to Egypt. What happened to Egypt when the Pharaoh make his heart hard? He stubbornly not allow the Israelite to get out. What happened? The last plago or the 10th plago that came, all the firstborn of Egypt died. Firstborn of Egypt, men and women, and including beasts, died in that night. When the angel of death passed through their houses, the firstborn of Egypt died. And the description of the Bible is, there is no house that has no corpse. No house that has no corpse, or walang bahay na walang bangkay. Walang tahanan na walang nananaghoy. Yun ang description po ng Biblia. No home that has no lamentation. No house that there is no corpse. Bangkay, hindi ba? Yun po ang description. Kasi nga, ay parusa yun eh. Okay. Ngayon, yun ang reason ko, kasi may punishment yan eh. There is a punishment if you will not obey. Or if you will not do what is written in the covenant. Now, the second reason is, I will ask you, does God want us to bring our complaint or our dispute to the judges who can be bought or who receive bribes? I will ask you first, before I will discuss this. Does God want us to go to the court or to the judges who receive bribes? I'll ask you. Oh, I read in the Bible discourages us. The Bible does not want us to present our bodies or to present our complaint or to present our rights to the judges who are corrupt. I read it in the Bible, but Paul is talking to group of believers. Paul is talking to the group of believers or to the group of Christians. Or maybe to the group of people who want to believe in the Bible or who want to know the truth. God, I repeat, God does not want us to present ourselves to judges who are ungodly, who are less esteemed by the church, who are corrupt, or who receive bribes. It is very clear in the Bible. That's why Menardo Guevarra is wrong. Very wrong. Because the families of those who are killed does not want to go in the lower court. Why Guevarra wants us to bring the case to the lower court? Before I will read, I am asking you, the families that grieve does not want to go to the local courts. No more. Why? Because they do not believe that there is justice there. But now, Guevarra wants us to present our bodies, to present our rights. If you go there, if you go to the lower court, they will tell you, do this, do that, bring this, bring this, present this. Our rights, just, I do not know how to explain, but if you present your bodies there according to the Bible, you are presenting your rights. And God does not want that. I think you understand that, ano? I will read now, but I will read it fast, but I will go back where the verse is will tell us that God does not want us to the judges or to the court who are corrupt. I will read 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 1 up to 7. When one of you has a dispute with another believers, how dare you file lawsuit and ask a secular court to decide the matter instead of taking it to other believers? From that alone, it is stated that Paul is asking, why you go to the court who are unbelievers? Why you submit your grievances or your dispute to the judges who are unbelievers? I will continue. Don't you realize that someday we believers will judge the world? Paul is telling the saved or the believers will judge the world in the future. Okay? I repeat, the saved people or the saints or the believers will judge the world. I do not know how, but maybe God will delegate. But I will explain later. Don't you realize that someday we believers will judge the world? And since you are going to judge the world, cannot you decide even these little things among yourselves? Don't you realize that we will judge angels? Not only the world, but also the angels. The saint will judge the angels, the fallen angels. So, you should surely be able to resolve ordinary dispute in this life. Paul is telling us that if you will judge the angels and of this world, I am sure that you can judge the smallest things of this life. Paul is telling that. Paul is telling that that is a very small thing to judge. That pertains to this life. If you have legal dispute, about such matter, Paul is telling, why go to the outside judges? Oh, you see? Paul is asking the believers, if you have dispute among yourselves, maybe because of boundary, or land boundary, or because of business competition, Paul is asking, why go to the outside judges? Who are not respected by the church. Again, it is stated, who are not respected by the church. In other translation, who are less esteemed by the church. Oh, Paul is asking you, why go there? Why present your body to the judges who are ungodly? In other translation. That's why I am giving emphasis. God does not want us to go to the court who are ungodly. O, tumatanggap ba sila ng lagay? Ay, kayo na po ang bahala dyan. Hindi ko na i-discuss dito. Pero sinasabi ko lang, I am talking about what God is telling us. And that is written. You can read it in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1 to 7. God does not want us to present our dispute to the judges who are ungodly, who are less esteemed by the church, or who are less respected by the church. Why? Because we know, or everybody know, that they receive bribe. But what Guevarra wants is, we present our complaint to the local courts. Oh, Bato de la Rosa wants that way. Duterte wants that way. But I am telling you, God does not want. And I will stop there. But God wants us to, about the local church, you must present your complaint to the elders or to the pastor, and the pastor will resolve the issue. That is among yourself, or among churchgoer, or among believers, or among those who want the truth. Why go to the judges who receive bribes? God is asking us. The moment you go there, Paul is telling us, the moment you go there or the moment you present yourself to the judges who are corrupt, Paul is telling it or telling us to us, you are completely defeated. I repeat, if you present your complaint there to the judges who are corrupt, you are completely defeated. Why not rather be wrong? Paul is advising us, why not rather be wrong? For sometimes, you wrong your neighbor. And that is the teaching of Christians, to forget and forgive. Paul is telling that. Rather than to go to the judges who are ungodly, Paul is telling us, why not rather be wrong? And this is will enhance the teaching of Jesus. If you will not forgive, your Father in heaven will not forgive you. That is the teaching of Jesus. That's why we have to forgive. Now, some of the families who are killed, some of the families, if you ask them, particularly the poor ones, they will tell that. You ask them, are you going to the court? No. Are you going to the court? No. Why? Because we have no money. Why? Why you are not going to the court? I do not believe in the justice in the court. They are telling, I do not believe in the justice in the court. Now, my question is, why Guevarra and Bato de la Rosa and Duterte want the people to go in the lower court? But the people knows that it is very hard to get justice in the lower court. Okay, I will leave that. The second reason for me is God does not want us to go in the court or in the judges who are ungodly. Okay, that is reason number 2. I do not say that the court is not functioning. I will not contest that. Whether it is functioning or not, it is okay with me. But my reason is they are ungodly. Okay. Now, next reason. And I will go past because my time is short. The teaching of the Bible regarding disputes. And maybe you know this, or Guevarra know this, but it is not confirmed by the Bible. But I will confirm this. If there is a dispute, and this is a very long, this is almost half chapter, but I will summarize for us to understand. Now, the Bible is telling us, if there is a dispute, the two will go to the authority higher than them. That is the teaching of the Bible. And we can see that. Where will you go? If you have complained, you will not go in the lower echelon of the society. No. The two will go to the authority higher than them. Is that correct or not? You contest that. The Bible is telling us, if there is a dispute, the two will go to the authority higher than them. And the authority higher than them will issue a verdict. And the verdict must be followed and will settle the dispute or will settle the issue. Is that correct or not? That is correct. The two will go to the authority higher than them. Now, I will ask you now. Is Guevarra higher than Duterte? No. Guevarra is appointed by Duterte. He is a man of Duterte. That's why he is defending Duterte. Supposed to be as a soldier, he will defend the Republic of the Philippines, not Duterte. You see? Now, if there is a dispute between the families of the victims and Duterte, where will the families go? I will ask you. They will go in the international court. Why? Because there is no one higher than Duterte. Duterte is the highest name in the Philippines. Higher than Guevarra. Higher than Rimulya. Oh, I will ask you, where will they go? The Bible is telling us they will go in the authority higher than them. Is there any authority higher than Duterte? No. There is none. So, as the Bible advise, they must go to the International Criminal Court. That is my third reason. I will ask again, who is the highest name in the Philippines? Oh, Duterte. He is the highest. There is no other name. There is no other name. It is Duterte, the highest name in the Philippines. Not the Supreme Court. Not. Whatever the President wants, they will approve. They will approve. And everybody know that. They will approve. And the Supreme Court also flip-flop because of that. Whoever is in power, they will favor. Whoever is the highest man, they will favor. They will favor. That is the problem in the Philippine judicial system. Okay? So, I will leave that, I will leave now. For that, that is my third reason. That too will go to the authority higher than them. That's why, Pinoy or President Noynoy Aquino, he has a dispute with China in the West Philippine Sea. Where did he go? Did he go to the Supreme Court? No. That too will go to the authority higher than them. Where? Pinoy presented the case in the UNCLOS. And that is the proper way. But unfortunately, because China knows that he will lose, China know that he is impostor. So, he does not want to go. But the UNCLOS decision was issued, and that is favorable to us. And that is correct, Pinoy go to the authority higher than them. He did not go to the China. No, he did not go. President Pinoy did not go to China to have a decision. No. why this Duterte and Guevarra wants to go to the lower court. The Bible is very clear. Now, the last reason, number 4 reason, and you cannot contradict this, Jesus Christ used this principle. When the people asking him, when the people is in doubt or wants to question him, he used this principle. Jesus used this principle, or the principle of the doctor healing himself. Jesus used this, but I cannot see where is this parable. I searched this parable, but I cannot find in the world. But Jesus Christ used this parable, or this principle. Because the people does not believe him that he is the Son of God, that God sent him, that God was his Father. Nobody believed him. And to counter their question, Jesus Christ answered them, surely you will use this parable to me. He is telling, Jesus Christ is telling, surely you will use this parable to me. What is that parable? Doctor, heal yourself. That is the principle that he used. Now I will ask you, can the police sue himself? No. Can the police investigate himself? No. Can Duterte investigate himself? No. In the same way, for example, a doctor has appendicitis, and needs operation or heart bypass. Can you ask the doctor, operate yourself, or you heal yourself? No, you cannot do that. That's why Duterte cannot investigate himself. That is the last principle. Kaya ba? Kaya ba na ang mga pulis ay ididemanda nila ang sarili nila? O sila na rin ang mag-investigate ng sarili nila? O ang isang tao ay pagsasabihan mo dahil doktor siya ay sasabihan mo na, oy, doktor, operahan mo ang iyong sarili. Hindi pwede. Kailangan ang mag-imbestiga ay ibang tao. Hindi ba? Yan nga ICC. Yan ang pang-apat na principle ko na kinuha ko sa Biblia. Ang sabi ng Diyos ay alam ko, nasasabihin nyo sa akin na doktor, operahan mo ang iyong sarili. Hindi ba? Ayun ang gusto nila Kay Jesus Christ, yun ang gusto nila. Hindi sila naniniwala doon sa mga kababalaghan. Hindi. Nakikita na nila yan hindi pa rin sila maniwala. Kaya ang sinabi sa kanila Jesus Christ, tama itong para sa inyo. Sigurado sasabihin nyo sa akin na ikaw kanya doktor ay heal yourself. Ang gusto nila ay makita pa na yung maraming imposible. Ganun yan. Walang hinto. Ganun po yan. Pero ibabalik ko dito sa principle na ito kailanman hindi pwedeng imbestigahan ni Duterte ang kanyang sarili. Ganun po yan. Yan ang principle na yan. Bakit ang gusto ni ni Guevarra ay ang mag-imbestiga ay yung mga pulis din niya. Ay, hindi pwede hindi pwede. Kasi kasangkot sila Hindi ba? O yung bang mga pulis na pumatay ay, kung halimbawa na 30,000 ang napatay ay, 30,000 din ang pulis na involved dyan ay, iimbestigahan ba nila ang sarili nila? Hindi. Ang mag-iimbestiga, yung ibang tao na walang koneksyon dito. Yan nga, galing sa ICC. Ganun po yan. Ganun din sa principle ng dispute natin sa China, dyan sa West Philippine Sea. Ano ang gusto ng China? Bilateral. Sabi nila, hindi ba? Dalawa lang daw mag-uusap against the law of God. Hindi ba? That too must go to the authority higher than them. Pero ano ang gusto ng China? Ay bilateral, sabi niya. Bilateral. Dalawa lang daw tayo. Pilipinas, si Duterte at saka yung China. Ay mali po yun. Oo, mali yun. Kasi nga, mahina ang Pilipinas Di babatukan lang yan, hindi ba? Kailangan dalhin dun sa mataas na korte. Oo, ganun din dito. Sa mga pagpatay na ito, kailangan ang mag-imbestiga yung higher court. Hindi yung lower court. Hindi yung... Pambihira naman, ito si Guevarra. Ngayon, kung may nakakarinig nito na tauhan ng gobyerno o tauhan ng Guevarra, sige, ikwan nyo ako. Mag-comment kayo dyan sa baba. Mag-comment kayo at sasagutin ko. Remember wala akong binabanggit na politika dito Biblia po ang binabanggit ko para makatulong ako doon kila Attorney Inso, kila Attorney Toto Kausing, kila yung si Carbonel, si Kawali, para makatulong ako na sa pamamagitan ng Biblia, ito, nililinaw ko. Mabuti nga, hindi ko naabutan yung Romans 13 na parating ginagamit ni Kibuloy, obey governing authority, hindi ba? Bakit kayo, hindi kayo mag-ubita, bakit ayaw nyong mag-obey sa governing authority? Ang ICC po ay governing authority din yan. Governing authority po yan. Bakit kayo hindi nyo ginagamit ang Romans 13? Hindi ba? Na parati nyong ginagamit nila Kibuloy noon. Kasi gusto nyong pasundin lahat ng tao kay Duterte. Gusto nyong sumunod ang mga tao. Kaya ginagamit nyo ang Romans 13. Obey governing authority because there is no authority that is not established by God. All authority is established by God. Yan ang sinasabi nyo Ay bakit ngayon? Ang ICC, established by God din yan Kasi nga, 150 na country yan na nagbuo-buo yan Hindi ba? Bakit ayaw nyong sundin yan? Di mali kayo, impostor lang kayo, hindi ba? Kung lamang kayo, gagamitin nyo. Pero pag ngayon, sa nagigipit kayo, ayaw nyong gamitin. Ganun po yan. Yan lang po, At kung mayroon kayong gustong itanong, tanungin nyo ako. At nakikiusap ako, kung mayroon din kayong nagustuhan doon sa paliwanag ko, ay i-share ninyo. O i-meditate nyo kung tama o hindi. Tapos kung tama, i-share nyo. Ipaliwanag nyo. Apat yung binanggit ko. Pero parati ko na yung tinatalakay. Parati na. Lalo na doon sa comment section sa Inquirer noon. Parati yan ang ko. Pero nagsawa na ako kasi may moderator na ngayon sa Inquirer Hindi na rin, kung minsan ayaw na nilang i-publish Kaya huminto na ako doon. Ganun lang po. Sige po, at ang oras na ngayon ay 9:29 na, ng gabi, At ang ay 29 ng March, Wednesday. At salamat po sa inyong pakikinig, At sana tayo ay pagpalain ng Diyos, Sana tayo ay gabayan niya. At muli ay isang magandang gabi, At salamat po sa inyong pakikinig. Salamat po.